Hello and welcome to Talking About Success. I'm Jack Canfield, America's #1 success coach, chairman of the Canfield Training Group, and the author of numerous New York Times bestsellers, including the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and most recently, the Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Today I'm interviewing Lori-Ann DiIulio-Casdia. She is a mother of 2 boys, a master mindset mentor, a law of attraction practitioner, and a business and marketing strategist and advisor. She's also the founder of LDC Strategies, which focuses on business and marketing strategies. She's also the founder of Monarch Luminaries, which is the mentoring division of LDC Strategies, the host of the Healthy Lifestyle radio show, a motivational speaker, and a performer and vocalist. And what I love most about Lori-Ann is that she is living her life purpose, which is to bring positive, creative energy into the world. And her intention is to assist you on your magical journey, guiding you to tap into the inner resources you struggle to access alone. Now, whether your goal is improving your health, increasing your prosperity in your business, or finding your true soulmate or nourishing spiritual growth, Lori-Ann will help shift your mindset, harness your talents, remove resistance, and rise above your limitations. Wow, that's a great promise, and she can do it. So let's talk about that. Lori-Ann, welcome to the show. So happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much, Jack. I really appreciate it. And thank you for everything that you do. You're so inspiring. You've inspired me, my life, and many people that I know. So thank you for having me on.
My pleasure. So master mindset mentor. Master mindset mentor. That's a term I've never heard before. So describe what that is.
Well, a mindset mentor is just that. I help people with their mindset. It's, are you familiar? Obviously you are, with being on TV, and they use different camera angles. So we have an opportunity every day to look at something, the same thing, from 2 different camera lenses. So if we could look at it through joy, or we could look at it through the absence of joy. And that's a choice we get to make every single day. So our success codes are already within us. And with that, we have the opportunity to start our day really well and just soar to success. And that's what I help people do. I help them find their purpose. I then help them with the strategy so that they can soar to success.
So Lori, and I know you do strategic planning with people. I'm just curious how you use mindset in your strategic planning work.
So when I was doing the strategic planning and marketing and business years ago, I found myself doing both. I would be in there to do a strategic plan, but then I found myself mentoring them and started working on their mindset. So it actually nestles very well together, working on the mindset and working on the strategic plan together. So, and I found when I was doing that, I was doing more of the mindset work than the strategic planning. So back to the jump over to what I do now is I've been doing it all along. I just found out that I could get paid for it now. So this is really cool. And I can spend all my time doing it because that's really where my heart was singing, was when I was doing that mentoring. I love strategic planning, don't get me wrong, and that's a really germane part of what I do and help people with, but it's the mentoring, and it's the watching the mindset shift, watching them shift, watching their learning curves go from 2 weeks being upset about something down to being able to change on a dime in seconds. It goes to what you say, Jack, about E plus R equals O, right? Another way we can talk about strategy, or how I approach strategy, is like eating a pizza. Jack, when you eat a pizza, do you eat the whole thing at one time?
No.
Right, we eat a slice at a time. So that's the same thing with strategy. We'll plan the whole strategy out. We'll get the whole pie in, if you will, but then we're going to attack the strategy one slice at a time, because otherwise it would be very overwhelming. And it's just like eating a pizza. We're going to eat one slice at a time, and by the end of the time, we're going to eat that whole pizza. Hopefully not by ourselves, but I like to share, so that's a good thing.
That's a great metaphor. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So why do you think mindset is so important?
Oh, it's all about mindset. So have you ever heard the terminology? I'm sure you have. Getting out of the bed, the wrong side of the bed. And then you start your day, right, Jack?
Sure.
You start You start the day and you just have a bad day, but then you have the other day and you jump out and you're in a good mood and you just have a really, really wonderful day. Well, that's mindset. How you start your day, what you're thinking about. It's all about what's in your mind. And we look at mindset and we can change those tapes in our heads. We can have those old tapes that we need to change, those I can'ts, those dysfunctional, not necessary, not helpful thoughts that we have, and change it to a positive perspective. And when you do that, your life just glows and you have such a good time and anything is achievable. We can do anything.
So how did you become a mindset mentor? What was the path that led you to that?
Oh, that was a really hard shift for me later in life. I had a 6-figure salary that I walked away from. It just didn't feel good anymore. Where I was didn't feel good, and I wasn't doing what made me happy. And this goes back to some radical thinking that I had when I was growing up. I was, I always had this thought of why aren't people lifting each other up? Why are they being so mean to each other? And I always made a habit, and it's just instinctual. I don't do it really with much thought. It's just when I see somebody who looks good, I let them know. When I see something that I like, I make a comment of it. I say thank you. I hold doors. And when I see somebody who's not having a good day, I try to catch their eye and just give them a smile. And maybe that will lift them up, because you never know how you're going to affect someone. So with that hard shift that I took from another career, I just went on a path, taking all the tools that I had since I was little and all the different jobs that I've had throughout my career. And here I am today with a lot of different modalities, helping people pursue their dream and follow their inner child. And my heart just soars when I see someone just soar to success. It makes me feel really, really, really good. And when they find their purpose, there's nothing like that. And I do that every day. Beautiful.
So you talk a lot in your work about having people own their voice. I know that's an important thing for you. Talk about why.
So when I was around 19, I used to be a studio backup singer. And as a studio backup singer, we would sit in a little room and then people would come out, they would be recording. They didn't have all these special effects where you could layer and double people's voices. We would actually go in and be handed a piece of paper and say, sing this line. And we would sing the line and then we would go back into this little room. And I loved it. A lot of people thought it was boring. I didn't. And it would be 3 o'clock in the morning and I didn't know where the time went because I was doing something that I loved to do. But I would sneak out of that room and run into the control room with the engineer and ask him why he was pushing what buttons where and why this big, beautiful machine was working the way it was, because it was interesting and I love learning. Well, when I was in that room one day, one of the vice presidents of the studio came down and went, Lori-Ann, we love your voice, you're so good, and you sing so well, and come up to my office, I want to talk about putting you under contract. Well, what 19-year-old wouldn't want to hear something like that? So of course I went up to the office and some mishap happens where he tried to make some advances that I stopped. And I said, no, this is not okay. And suddenly, within a second, he turned the different way and said, you have no talent, you'll never make it. I don't even know why you're here. I was crushed, literally crushed. I stopped singing. I took my own voice away for 10 years because of what that man said to me. I did that. Nobody did it. He didn't do it. I took it away. And that's not okay. So now anytime I see someone trying to pursue something, trying to pursue their passion, going after something they really, really believe in, I say, don't let anybody take away your voice. Don't let anybody do what this man did to me, to you. If you feel the passion, go. And don't worry about the money. Money will follow. But follow your passion. And that's why having a voice and being an advocate for people with their voice is so, so important to me.
Now, you talked a lot about passion right there. And I know you think it's really important that people follow their passions, live their passion. And I know you're passionate about that. Why so? Why is that so important that people follow their passions?
Oh, it's a game changer, Jack. You know this. It's a game changer. The passion you followed, you got rejected, 144 times before you got success?
Yes.
So look at that. That was because you had a passion. So when you're passionate, what do you feel? What do you feel like? What's the feeling you get?
Aliveness, fullness, happiness, fulfillment.
Yeah. And you just want to keep doing it. So even if you're not really doing it the best way, you stay in the game, right? So when things get tough and you're doing something you're passionate about, and things will get tough sometimes, you stay in the game. You don't quit. And that's because you have that passion behind it, that desire behind it. It gives you great joy. That energy and that emotion is behind it. That is the definition of success. So yeah, passion's important. As a matter of fact, people who work with me, I look for three things. I look for the fire in their belly, passion. I look for their desire to succeed, and I look for them to show up for them. If they have those three things, I can basically teach them anything else with my 35 years experience in business and marketing. I can keep them on their path. They can stay in their wheelhouse, and we can get everybody else to do the other things that isn't within their wheelhouse. That's one of the mistakes I see a lot of my clients making, is they're trying to do everything. Stay in your wheelhouse. This is my wheelhouse, helping you find your purpose, setting up strategy, giving you tools so that you could soar to success. And so that passion is really important. And I love what I do every single day. I love what I do because I'm passionate about it.
No, I can totally relate, because I feel the same way. You know, I remember reading where, I think it was Thomas Edison said, when your vocation feels like a vacation, you have arrived. And so my wife says, why don't you retire? And I go, then do what? I love this. This is what I love to do. I can't wait to get up in bed and do it in the morning. And so it's really great. Passion is your aliveness. And when you're feeling passion, you know you're on purpose, because joy and all the things you were talking about, when you're feeling that, I believe that's the body or God, the universe's way of saying you are doing what you're meant to do. And if you're not, we each have a unique ability. You call it your wheelhouse. It's the same thing. And when you're doing that, then you're happy, you're fulfilled. And like you said, you can delegate and hire and build teams around you to do all the other stuff so that you can do the thing you love to do the best. And when you do that, life becomes incredibly fulfilling and also much more successful, because that energy of passion and excitement and aliveness is what draws people to you, for sure.
Oh, without a doubt, you're like a happy magnet, and people just they're trying to figure out, why are you so happy? They just want to figure it out so that they can have it too. And when you're joyful at what you do, I love this about it, is you're on the right path because universe gives you signs. It's just clear and it's easy. Everybody says you have to work hard and it's a struggle. It's not. I watch you seemingly glide through the world very easily because you're passionate of what you do. You're joyful of what you do. You're kind. You're generous, and that's what you're going to find. People who are on their path and following their purpose, what they're here to do, you will see they have a lot of those same credentials, if you will.
Yeah, I think success, there's definitely work involved, but it should be work you love to do. I like the idea that, that song we all learned as a kid, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, not up against the current, merrily, 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 joy, 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 joy. Life is but an illusion anyway. Life's but a dream. So let's enjoy the trip, exactly. Now,
brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm curious, you've been doing a lot of work with a lot of people. And I'm wondering if you could share maybe a story of someone you've worked with and the transformation they got from your work and how you facilitated that with them.
Oh gosh, yeah, thank you so much. I've been so blessed to be working with a lot of different people in service industries, and they're just so kind, and it's so wonderful and joyous for me to watch them soar. And it's just a gift for me every day. So their time is a gift to me without a doubt. But what comes to mind, one of my clients, she's a teacher, and she does this magnificent thing. She teaches the students, her kids as she calls them, to meditate and to accept themselves as they are, because we come predestined with everything we need inside, and for some reason we're taught to go outside of ourselves, but really it's all in here. And all the things that we learn through our lives, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or as they say, the good and the contrast, we learn from all of those things, and she teaches them at this age. Can you imagine what you and I would be like if we had known this at their age, at high school and junior high school level? It's amazing. So she wanted to come and work with me. She wanted to write a book. She wanted to reach more of her kids and reach out. And she started writing this meditation book, and she came up with all these different reasons why she couldn't do it now and this. And we took all those reasons off the table. We took the fear out, because usually what that's about is they're afraid to succeed, or what if people don't like it, and all the things she was teaching her kids, she was now working against for herself. So we got her over that hurdle. She started writing her book, and all of a sudden one day she went, oh my gosh, it won't stop coming out. It just keeps coming out. And I'm like, go, just keep going. And she did. And she just published her book. I'm so proud of her. And she's working on her next book. She's an outstanding speaker. She's a beautiful human being. And she's touching more and more children. And this meditation, 21 Days to Meditation, it's called the Heart Method, and her last name is Hart, H-A-R-T, and she is just magnificent, and she's reaching all of these people of all ages, explaining how to meditate, all different types, so you find what resonates with you. So that to me is very, very prideful, because she succeeded. She jumped the hurdles. She stayed with me. She stayed in the game, and she pursued her passion, and now she's just living the life that she's always dreamed.
So yeah, I can totally relate. I mean, I love it when I support someone and then they go out and they step into their magnificent, they express themselves fully, they achieve some project, they make a difference, and I find out about it. That's what makes me smile. That's what makes my heart sing. That's what makes me want to get up in the morning and do what I do. Now, you mentioned earlier in your answers to one of your questions that you use a lot of different modalities in your work. Can you talk about what some of those are?
So obviously we use mindset and law of attraction. I was sick when I was young, and they couldn't diagnose me. They didn't know what I had, so I started diving in. I love to learn, so I started diving in, and I got then certified as an herbologist. I got certified as an aromatherapist. I'm a Kundalini yoga, which is a type of a meditation teacher. I am a Reiki master, and I use all of these different modalities along with, which is a big one, is Young Living essential oils. I use that every day. I've always used essential oils, obviously being an aromatherapist, but all of those things are important. Self-care is important, so that's part of it. And as you know, Jack, it takes 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to have a new lifestyle. So if we work together with all these different modalities and layer them in, you are going to have all the tools you need to soar to success. And I guarantee you will wake up every day and want to do these rituals in the morning and at night. It's real important to meditate. It's real important to take that time out. We get more creative. I know I do. I don't know if you do, but I know after I meditate, answers come in the meditation, and then afterwards I have so much energy and I'm ready for the next thing. It almost helps us do a reset. It's like stopping a video and restarting it. And so I combine all of those different things in order to provide the tools that my clients can utilize to, again, soar to their success.
I think that's great because you can work with people on so many levels, physical, spiritual, working with aromatherapy, which I just really got into a few months ago. I think it's so profound, such a transformational thing that you're doing there, and working with them psychologically and just, yoga and all that stuff. Good for you. I think that's great. I'm really curious. You use the word lifeguard in your work. You say, in a sense, you're a lifeguard. I used to be a lifeguard at a pool, so I'm really curious to see how you use that. What does that mean to you, being a lifeguard?
So as a mentor, I come into people's world and they're already working in their business in a lot of cases. So they're in the pool. So picture a pool, picture them in the deep end, picture them treading water. So what are they doing? They're trying to stay above water, work on their business, just get it all done every day, day to day to day to day. But it's important when you have a business to also work on your business. And what I can do as a lifeguard, if you will, I'm standing on the coping. You're treading water. But I can let you know there's a shark in the front. Something's coming up in the back. I have no emotional attachment to the people that are working with you. I have no emotional attachment to the outcome, but you do, and you're treading water. So I help make that tread and kind of throw you when you need a raft, when you need a break, when you need additional tools. Sometimes I deliver some of the news to some of the people. I can see whether or not somebody's in their right job, and maybe if we shift them to a different job, we can get more productivity. So that's what I mean by a lifeguard. I'm standing there in a protection, security mode. You know I'm always there when you need me. And when you do, I come in to try to help solve the problem or jump the hurdle.
That's cool. I just saw a drone picture of a guy on a surfboard with a shark literally 3 feet away from him. He had no idea it was there. So this is a good thing you're doing. I like it.
They could have used me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious. We're running out of time, unfortunately, because I'm enjoying this conversation a lot. If you had one main message to leave people with today, what would it be?
You know, Jack, I've never heard anyone say, I wish I hadn't tried. But I've heard people regret the would-haves, the could-haves, the should-haves. So what I would say is find your purpose, follow your passion. Your friends and family mean the best when they're giving you those warning signals, but usually that's based in their own fear. Just follow that passion. Listen to your inner child and follow that dream. You're on the right course. You know what's best for you. You know when the time is right. And people like myself and yourself are available to help you soar to success. And that's what I want to do for you. So really make a difference. And I want you to play a higher role in your life, serve a higher purpose, show up for you, and show up big.
That's a great message. I love it. Yeah, I wish we had more time, but we don't. So people, look, I think everyone that hears this, unless they're dead, they should say, yeah, I want more. I want to do this. I want to work with someone like this. If they want to work with you or find out more about your work, where would they go?
They can go to ldcstrategies.com. And they could also email me at lakasdiet@ldcstrategies.com, or they certainly can call me at 516-983-3591. I'm always available and love to have conversations.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Lorianne, for being here. I wish you the best with your work. It's beautiful work. Your energy is I can just feel it coming through the screen. You're amazing. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this message with our audience. And I wish you all the best. And for those of you that are watching, you know where to go if you want to take advantage of some of that great expertise. If you need a lifeguard, if you want to be a happiness magnet, I love that term. I'm never going to remember that one. So take advantage of that. Thank you for tuning in this week. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Until then, have a great time. We'll see you next week and talking about success. Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Success. Remember, your success is a journey. So for more information and free resources to help you, be sure to visit jackcanfield.com/learn more.